You're listening to the Blush and Burn Books podcast.
Where two sisters read anything from slow burns to heart-pounding spice. I'm Laura.
And I'm Annie. Grab your favorite drink and let's get bookish.
This podcast episode is a book review. Therefore, please be prepared for 18+ content as well as spoilers. Smut, 1, 2.
Smut, 3, 4.
Welcome back to the Blush and Burn Books podcast. I'm Laura Eakin.
And I'm Annie Baxter.
And today, we're talking about a 5-star read for Miss Annie. Red City by Mary Lou.
I did give it a 5-star.
You did. This one knocked it out of the park for you.
It did knock it out of the park for me. Although someone tried to put holes in my 5-star read. And now maybe it's 4.5. I don't know. I'm going to sit on it for another minute or two, but I still really liked it. It doesn't matter.
The vibe for you was there for it to be a 5-star.
Yeah, I like the vibe of it.
You like the magic of it.
I do. I love the really scientific-ness of the magic, and I liked it.
Yes. So, this is a BKR. I
Yeah.
am giving this a 1.5 chili pepper read.
Yeah, 1.5 is good.
There's enough detail.
There's enough detail to make it almost a 2.
Almost a 2.
We don't quite have enough scenes to make it a 2.
We were close. I gave this 4 stars. You are currently sitting at a 5.
Yeah.
I had feels.
I mean, I still
But-
have feels, but
there were reasons for it, and it was because my logic brain kicked in and was like, hold on,
I know.
wait a tick.
And I will defend my stars by saying that I think that it's because the vibe, not the vibe. I think that I liked the story.
And it was unique. It was very, very unique.
And I feel like it carried over some of the other things that I had a hard time with.
Yes, I would agree. This we listened as an ALC, so thank you, NetGalley. We got the opportunity to listen to this as a dual narration, and we are giving this a 4 out of 5 on the dual narration. Just a couple little
It barely
pitchy
hit a
things,
4,
but
though. I want to say
this could have been a duet.
I think I told you I was going to give the narration a 3.5.
You were going to give it a 3.5. I give it a 4. We're rounding up to 4.
Yeah, just because,
But-
like, I might have even liked it. When I get to a 3 in my narration, that's where I start to go, is this better for me just to read?
Yes. And we had a couple of moments that we were really close on that. And I
know.
felt that there were times where things got a little pitchy.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't very often, but the couple little moments, and I was like, oh, okay.
I had a hard time where I thought that I didn't. So when I was reading it, if I was reading it, that is not what I would have thought they would have sounded like
Correct.
at the beginning.
I also felt the same.
But as the story goes on, you start to get into the story, you start to hear the narration, and it starts to be okay.
Yeah.
At
liked
the
it.
beginning, I was like, oh, okay. And then when you start to kind of learn what the characters look like, sort of, we'll get into that. And
that comes.
And kind of what you think should be happening, you kind of are like, okay, is this narration fitting? So that's why I go 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
There were times that did, and then there were times where I was like,
Yeah.
But overall, I'm really glad I listened to it.
Yes. I don't think I would have been able to consume it in actual reading format.
I could have.
Only because there were so many things that, let's talk about the magic system a little bit. So the magic system is through alchemy and transmutation. So alchemy
Basic elements.
is all the elements, what goes into something that's
Periodic
similar to another
table.
thing. Yeah, periodic table
Not
is
like
used so
it's not like
much.
elemental, like wind, earth.
No.
This
We're
is
talking
we're
silver,
talking-
gold.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Periodic table.
Yeah. And as we're going through this, there were a couple of times where they were breaking it down by chain, and I think I would have lost it if I was reading it.
I enjoyed that element.
I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I really liked it.
know.
But my brain went,
I like.
I'm glad somebody else is telling me this because I don't think I could have
part
tracked
of it.
it.
I don't know why either. I just did.
No, I thought it was good. I liked the magic system. I liked that it was unique. I don't think I've seen anything to this extent of actual scientific breakdown in like a magic system.
I'm wondering if Alchemized might be kind of like that.
I have a feeling
But I don't want to
Alchemized will
compare
be.
them because I haven't read Alchemized yet. So, but
when we went to her signing,
she did make it sound like she was
that she broke it down
like,
that way.
like that.
So I am intrigued to read that one, but with this one, I felt like it was very unique. And the transmutation stuff, it pulls from your soul.
Yeah, every time you do what you would consider magic or transmutation, you pull you give a piece of your soul.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool.
That's what feeds the magic or the whatever. Like that's your source.
Yeah, and it was interesting because they said that it's painful every time.
Until you got kind of down towards the end where
you literally have almost no
becomes
soul
addictive
pieces left
because it becomes addictive that you want that feeling and you almost can't even feel the pain anymore because you're so addicted.
Yeah, and so you're chasing it.
You are chasing it.
So
because there is a high.
Let's break this down. I forgot about plot. Annie, what is the plot of Red City?
All right. In the plot, we have our FMC who is I think at the beginning I thought she was going to kind of be like the lead and you realize no, like this is really like 2 points of views. Like, and I thought that through the whole entire thing, like sometimes sometimes it's a little bit more heavy and with the FMC and sometimes you have a little heavier. This was a balance between your two characters.
Yes.
Right. And we have Ari, who is our male character, and we have Sam, which is short for Samantha, as our FMC.
Yes.
And we start in a young age with them, which I like because it helps create this basis foundation for their friendship.
Yes.
Throughout the rest of the book. So the main idea is that we have two characters who become friends who eventually separate, and
because they're starting to work for different syndicates,
different factions, or I almost want to call them gangs. It's not.
They
gangs.
really, but they are. They're drug peddlers. They're taking the drug sand.
Okay.
And then they are all, but they also.
This is why this book is complex.
Maybe more like mafia.
This is a very complex book. So
it's very complex.
So sometimes as we're like, even now I'm trying to think when you ask me the plot, I'm sure you're even going, okay, like this is it's a complex plot.
Yes.
We have overarching, we have friends, 2 enemies, 2 lovers.
And I
2 people
think that lovers
and
is a little
lovers
bit
feels like a little
extended.
too.
I don't think, because they don't actually become lovers by the end of book 1. They are
telling
friends to enemies back to like friends,
strong
friendship, budding friendship into something that's really more.
Agreed.
But they're maybe it's like mutual.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I think they say they love each other at the end.
Yeah, but like,
but it's a friendship. But it's because it's this friendship
very
that's become
smidgy for me.
I agree. But I do think that by the end of it, they
want to be together by the end of it.
They love each other.
Yes.
And really you have all these different factions of groups of people within this city who are fighting against each other. I mean, ultimately we're in like a major gang war, you know? But we're at high level gang war. Like it's not it's like this is money.
Yeah.
We're in money, high society.
Yes.
Trying to get in mayor's pockets, trying to be a part of government and who controls this, and if you control this, then you get to control the sand, the drug that they're using, and ultimately it's about power.
Absolutely, it's about power.
And it tells you that on the very cover. Like, going into this, the whole book is about who holds power, what does power do to you, and once you have it, do you want more of it?
Yes. And how that affects people.
And your relationship.
Yeah, and your relationships. And I found it really interesting as we were going through it, because this is an urban fantasy. This is modern times.
I agree. I would call it an urban fantasy for sure.
And I think that it almost gives dystopian vibes, but not dystopian.
It's very interesting.
Like apocalyptic, but not apocalyptic, because it's very urban.
I told you I thought it had steampunk vibes
without the steam. Yeah. Oh, I know.
That dark, weird, gritty.
It's got the grit.
Like
it's not gaslight.
Dirty.
Industrial?
Kind of industrial. That's a Laura. Fuck. I think that's a
industrial urban fantasy.
But we're in now times too.
It is now times. But they've shifted our history.
Right.
To add in the magic, people who do alchemy, and the people who can do the transmutation stuff.
Yes.
So it's very much like they start in like the 80s, where they say that this drug was started in the 80s. You got these people who are alchemists, and they have like different levels. You know, like some people go into like the pulmonary stuff, which is like the healers. You've got the people who
there's different kinds.
Listen.
What are we calling the one that Ari is? Ari is a philosopher?
I think it's a philosopher.
Okay. And they're really coveted.
Yes.
Like, so they're like
you don't attack the philosophers. So in your hierarchy, you basically like get rid of like the little guys, like the grunt workers.
Right.
But higher up, it's like almost like taboo and a no-go to go after specific people in a group. And there's a moment where one of them gets taken out.
Because there aren't very many of them. And they would rather try to get that person to come to their side versus kill them.
Yes.
Did you get that impression as well? Okay.
And I mean, like, I know that we're talking about this right now, but I'm going to tell you right now, there is so much more in depth with this. Like, honestly, I don't even feel like anything I'm going to say is going to do it justice. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
I know.
Because of how complex this is.
I will agree with you. And I don't even know if I want to
deep.
try to break it down as much as just pulling like these really key points that we thought were really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like, we loved the magic system.
Absolutely.
And it is borderline light magic to an extent. Like, this is not like it's kind of a light magic system. I actually really liked that.
Light magic, but not low fantasy.
Right. I love this I loved following where both main characters were throughout their life.
Yep, I did too.
And then I also liked wrapped up where they were at the end.
Yes.
And it got me interested in the next book. And that's all I can ask for.
Yes.
Am I interested still at the end of this book to continue on to want to know more? And I do.
How long did it take you to listen to this?
That's a good question.
I know exactly how long it took me because we were getting ready to lose it.
Yeah, you had to hustle.
2 days.
I was going to say it took me 2 days.
I got through this in 2 days, and while I was hustling, I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, I think it took me a Friday to Saturday, and I think I did it because I knew we were losing it on Tuesday, but I also wanted it. I wanted to read this book.
Yeah.
I actually love the cover of Red City.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I think Red City has a interesting cover, and it makes me be like, oh, okay. I also love this idea that they, depending upon which like faction that they were kind of like in, they wore pins.
Yes.
To signify
There was the gold fox.
Like who they were.
And the one with the fox.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the winged lion.
The winged lion. I love this. I liked that it was almost like when you were a part of this group, they had their own, like where Sam is and the group that she's in, the place where they would like their university, like where they would study, where they all live, it was called Red City.
Yeah.
And so each space kind of has its own. I mean, you almost want to call it. Almost reminds me of like a university to an extent, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Kind
it's
of
also
almost
its
give
own
you like
hierarchical system.
university campus though. Like when you like, did you think about it like almost like a campus?
You mean like after they graduate?
Yes and no, but even just kind of like, because like she has a house. Like later on, like Sam gets she lives on.
Yeah,
She has
an
apartment there. It just reminded me of this idea of kind of almost like a campus.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like it as like a campus thing. For me, it just felt more like everybody living in a high rise. You know what I mean? Like it made me think of New York, where it's like all these penthouses in these high rises because it's in a high rise.
Interesting.
So Red City is I think it was
that.
2 towers that are in Los Angeles, but they call it Angel City.
Yeah.
And it felt more like the high rise, like the top upper echelon levels of these high rises. It didn't feel like anything else, but they talk about like going down below and in the basement
from it though. Like,
well, in the very first part,
because you're like getting
school.
and you're learning, and then you finally get above it where you're like, okay, you're not necessarily learning anymore. You're either like a part of the, like, you kind of get like your job, right?
Well, the only reason why she wasn't like in like university stuff with Sam, our FMC, she was training with Will, and Will is like, I'm going to take on your training. So like, yeah, they had like training classes or like someone that they worked with to work their way up. But when they were in what would be labeled as high school, is where this all started, right?
Right.
And so they're in a high school and they're training after school with these individuals where you start to see the differences in their hierarchical program of their mafia, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's total mafia vibes.
Yeah. So they basically get pulled different directions because somebody else sees something in them, and they divide up, and then they progress in their respective, again, mafias, and then shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
And then they start kind of coming back together in the end. Now, I have a little bone to pick though.
Yeah, I mean, we have one major issue.
There's a couple. I have a couple.
Okay.
You only have like onesie twosies.
I have one major.
I have some big ones. I really struggled because I felt like almost she was trying to give us so much information about what was happening that I almost lost the world building.
Mm-hmm.
And where it was like, this is, you should just know, this is what Los Angeles would look like. And I'm like, that's not, my brain isn't picking that up. My brain is like, you need to tell me what I need to see, though.
She was hoping that would fill in some space.
Yeah.
Where she didn't have to.
It felt.
Build what the city looked like. And that, unfortunately, did not work.
No. And it fell extremely flat for me because I am a person that's like, but even if it is, things would be different.
We still,
and I've been into LA once.
I know. Like, I still think we didn't get the right vibe. Like
yeah.
We didn't get the feel.
Yeah.
For the city and what it felt like to be in it, to live in it, to, it was missing feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but it carried through the whole book.
It did. This was the entire
one thing did
time.
carry. We were a little bit too mechanical.
The only thing that I truly got a vibe for was their secret spot.
True. It's true.
And we visited it 3 times?
Twice.
3?
3. We visited 3 times.
And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
But,
you're
like,
right.
where
Though,
are
at
we
that
going?
point was where they were. That's like the feeling, and that was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
So
where we
I
get
felt
feeling.
that I was lacking that vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, you can't just tell me, like, even if
For
you
sure.
tell me that you're in New York, like, I want you to tell me that I'm walking down the streets with cars honking. I need to hear and like get
you kind
the
of want
feel,
to
and
use
that's
all your
never happening.
senses to be in it, and we missed that a little bit.
Smell the hot dog cart on the side of the road, for
we
Pete's sakes.
definitely
Like, that
missed
was not in this at
that
all.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was really, really missing that.
Yeah.
The other bone that I have to pick is that I don't feel like their friendship was actually truly established in part 1 of this book. You're telling me that these kids are so close that they're getting together after school. They're doing homework with each other. She's telling her mom she's going to do things with Ari. But
it always felt like there was like a little bit of a wall, right? But I think I think what she was trying to convey was the cultures
yes,
that they both came from. There was like always like maybe they didn't talk about their feelings. Maybe they didn't like there wasn't
but still, like the way that you would have more there should have been more scenes with them actually together, sitting together at the lunch table, talking, being at school together. I felt like that was missing. It talked a lot about her home life. It talked a lot about him going with the dude after school, but I didn't feel like I got enough of them actually in a school setting.
Yeah.
I felt like, and even when I did get that, it felt so, like you said, mechanical. I didn't
There
get like
was
a good
mechanical element to the story.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So those were the things that were really like stood out to me at the very end, of things that I really, really wish that there was more of.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a little bit more. I'm like, and I gave it 4 stars. It was still really good. Again, Annie and I could pick apart any book. So
yeah, but
that's clear.
I actually, and this one was so complex that I didn't. There were lots of different elements to this. And I think that because of that, it's going to be able to create a really good series.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to see it. I mean, I could see this as being like a TV show or even like a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see this easily being a movie.
I could too.
Or a miniseries or
yeah.
something. Because the magic's not crazy enough. There was enough action in it, I felt like. Enough sneakiness, enough like behind the scenes, like people doing things that like to undermine someone else, like these two sides warring together. And then by the end we go, oh, guess what? There's more, right? Like we have more.
Yeah.
I mean, the second book will get bigger and it will be cool. And you're just going to see more players come into the game.
Absolutely.
And so I think this would be perfect. Like movie.
This would be an amazing book to screen adaptation.
I would not be surprised if they try to turn this into something else.
I wouldn't either. I actually would love it if they would.
I do too.
So I think that going into this knowing that it is complex, there's a lot going on.
Love it though.
You get 3 main spicy scenes.
Yeah.
And there's enough detail that you're getting that 1.5 chili pepper rating. They have this really cool thing.
Oh God. Listen, this is what ramped, I know what you're going to say, and this is what ramped it up in my book to me, or in my, it took it into being an adult book.
Absolutely.
And it took it into also bringing in probably a good chunk of your female readers.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, Laura, what can they do?
They do this
what
thing.
Does Ari, what can Ari do?
He can do bio, what do they call it? Bio something.
I don't remember what they call it. All I remember is what he does.
Remember. So what they do is after you come, they spike your dopamine again, and they can keep you on a dopamine spike.
Yeah.
And your endurance just shoots up and you can come again
and
again
and
and
again.
again.
And they can
again.
play with like your
And
serotonin.
Yes.
And like Ari is capable of literally like tweaking like literally your
feelings.
feelings.
Yeah. And I was like,
he has control over your feelings just by touching you,
Yes.
which is why what he is so coveted and
Yes.
hidden.
Yes.
They don't
Because
you don't tell people what you are.
No.
Because if you know what you are, you can't, they don't want you to be touched. It's like, don't touch me. It's always like, did he touch you? You know? And
did he alter your feelings? Did
Yeah.
he alter anything in your biology?
Right.
If they touch you, they can alter your blood. They can alter your skin. They can.
It's crazy.
This is part of the magic system, which is really, really cool.
It is cool.
But the other part of this that I enjoyed when it came to the spice is that the spicy scenes were not of our FMC and our MMC together.
No.
They were with other partners.
Yeah, I love that.
We've talked about this in other books.
I love it.
In the past. Ari and Sam
love it.
not even gotten together
because
yet.
technically, it's like, here's what the crazy thing is like, even in book 2, maybe those two don't end up together. Like,
maybe
we
they
don't know. Like,
we
maybe,
have no idea.
Like, maybe they don't actually even like end up together. Maybe they actually just become like really good friends, and they have like, but I don't. The best part about it is the story is so good, it would be okay. Like, like you're rooting for them, but if like that doesn't work out, you know something else is probably going to work out, and you're like, it's okay. And I actually loved that they weren't together in this first book.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, what was done without them was fantastic.
Yeah, everything that we got was real nice.
I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
So I
liked
mean, I enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I liked that there was this level of spice. It wasn't like so over detailed, but
but there was enough detail that
helped. But it helped. But it helped create also the maturity of the book, and it lets you know this is an adult book.
Yeah. They start out,
but it's not
young.
all spice. This is an adult book with adult things, and
then spice is added in.
Yeah.
To add in. But it really actually shows you how human the people are.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the spice adds to the humanity of the characters.
I agree. And they needed it.
They needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how mechanical we were.
Correct.
So, will we recommend this book out to people?
All day long.
All day long.
I
obviously
really enjoyed it.
We did. We will pick apart anything again. I just want to put that out there because I know that I probably ragged on it quite a bit. But
picking it apart.
Yeah, this is picking it apart. It's part of what we do for the review portion. However, loved it. We'll totally recommend this out to people.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it has a place. This is not for romantic-y people.
No, but romantic-y people can read it.
You can.
If you like romantic-y, you'll like it, but it is not a
this is not what you think of for a romantic-y. This is a fantasy with romance.
Yeah.
And like remembering that is a way of books. Because I think we've gotten so caught up into romantic-y.
But I feel like once you know that alchemy is like the magic system, that's not true. I was going to say there's different types of alchemy. This is just more of a real life scientific based alchemy.
Yes.
And I loved it.
It felt very realistic.
Loved it.
I literally felt like it was a part of the real world. Like
I did too.
I could open up my door and there could be an alchemist out there.
It had a
like,
level of like realness to it that I liked.
Yes. It definitely has that level of realness, and it has the grit.
Maybe that's why you even want to call it like an urban fantasy, is because it had that like level of like realness and grit to it.
It did.
We liked it.
We did like it. So go check out
Red City. Read Red City.
Go read it.
Or listen to it. Listening to it was great.
Yeah, listening to it was fantastic. It's worth an Audible credit.
I think it's worth an Audible credit for sure.
Yep. So go check it out. And we will see you guys on the next review. That's it for today's episode on the Blush and Burn Books podcast, where we spread those pages and stir up all the feels. We hope you're walking away with a new book for your TBR, a smile, and maybe a little blush. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your fellow book lovers. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for even more bookish fun. Until next time, keep those pages turning and stay bookish.